everybody, and welcome back to Arnhem in the Netherlands, round 16 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. MXGP Race 1 just around the corner, and the championship chase still between three riders, Tim Geiser, Jorge Prado and Jeffrey Herlings. They were separated by 48 points coming into the weekend, with Geiser 17 clear of Jorge Prado. That changed ever so slightly after the Ram qualifying race yesterday. We'll talk about that in a few moments, but fantastic city, fantastic part of the world as well. And just down the road from here, the Papendal hotel complex, which is owned by the Dutch Team Netherlands sort of athletics federation, part lottery funded and part by the government and all that kind of thing. It's where all of the Olympians and Dutch stars train and ply their skills. Absolutely fantastic. You saw some of those images there, Papendal, everything from BMX to indoor track and field, everything. But it's a cloudy day here, but it's no threat of rain. The racetrack just starting to rough up nicely ahead of MXGP Race 1. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for joining us once again. The Hoff fans are in the house, and quite rightly so as well, because the Belgian border not far away from here. We're right in the east of the country, southeast of Amsterdam, the capital, close to the German border, so we've got all kinds of nationalities here. It is MXGP after all. The racetrack here, 1,690 metres long, just over a mile, 1.05 miles. And then from the finish line, which moves from left to right here, through the next couple of right-handers, through that left-right chicane to the one, that is Sector 1. Sector 2 ends midway through the next straight, top of your screen, Sector 3 coming into turn 10, and then we're into the final sector, which is the run back towards the finish line. Well, before we go anywhere, a week ago in Sweden, Isaac Gifting, he was absolutely on fire. He had the home fans on their feet, and you know what? From the latest episode of Behind the Gate that's out on Tuesday, we're going to revisit that. Here's a little snippet for you now. Here's Isaac Gifting enjoying his home Grand Prix a week ago. Fans are in the house. They're here to support their main rider, their hero, the 517 Isaac Gifting. The JK Racing Yamaha rider was fantastic in the Ram qualifying race yesterday. The atmosphere continues to build here in Uddevalla, Sweden, ahead of round 15, MXGP Race 1. Lisa Leyland was down on the grid a few moments ago. She caught up with Isaac Gifting.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I actually can't take you seriously when, with the helmet, with the cape, are you going to wear that out on track, or are you going to lose the attire before then?
It will be on track. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'll put I'll put one rider on this one and one on the other.
Best of luck for your home GP. Thank you. That's Isaac Gifting there. Never a dull moment with him on the grid. It's time for MXGP Race 1.
Look at the fans and the love here for the Swedish guys. Not just Isaac Gifting, but everybody else here wearing the blue and yellow. All eyes focused on the first 10 or 11 gates on this left-hand side. Jeremy Seewer, he will sweep in, but Herlings tucks neatly to the inside. It was Seewer or Fevra that was there first, but it's Gifting! Gifting leads at home! Wow, what a treat!
Yeah, first I just wanted to lead that one full lap. Either if it was Prado or Jeffrey behind me, I didn't care. I just wanted to lead that first lap, and then I calmed down.
Listen to that! Go on, Isaac! You can't buy that. Leading at home. Look at the support from the fans. Is Isaac Gifting pulling away? Wow.
I actually got a little bit of a gap for a while there before I got past, so...
Isaac Gifting continues to lead. Seewer there in second, Fevra third.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
But Seewer makes his move for the lead. Oh, back end gets a little bit out of line there. And in the end, Geiser capitalises on that. He goes from third to second. Just do their thing, doesn't want to get involved in that battle. Here comes Prado, hard on the brakes, and he pushes Gifting back. Robert Fevra eyeing up the move as well on the Swede. As Giuliano Boschi says, anywhere in the top 5 would be nice, and he's already starting to look over the shoulder. Isaac Gifting crosses the line in 7th. And it was a fantastic opening few laps for him, wasn't it? Dream come true. To get a good ride, but to lead your home Grand Prix in front of these guys, the crazy Vikings. Good job, Isaac Gifting. What a fantastic Fantastic atmosphere that was. Of course, you can catch up on Behind the Gate if you are a subscriber to MXGP-TV with the latest episode on Tuesday. Anyway, let's go down to the grid. Lisa Leyland caught up with Monster Energy Yamaha's Jago Kiertz. Before that, though, a rider by the name of Antonio Cairoli, just 9 world titles, debuting for Ducati.
We're almost ready for the first MXGP race of the day, but I really have to speak to 9-time world champion Antonio Cairoli, who's debuting brand new Ducati this weekend. Tony, you had your first race yesterday in the Ram qualifying race. You got a fantastic start. You finished in 7th. Good result for you and Ducati. But in terms of your fitness and your race pace, how are you feeling? It's been a while.
Yeah, you know, I'm 39 normally, but I feel like 45 now after the race of yesterday. Man, the intensity of the race, it's something you cannot repeat in just training, you know. Just I've been the last few years just riding a bit, but doing some motos of 30 minutes. But when you race, you know, the GPs, the intensity is different. So this morning we wake up a bit stiff. Let's see what we can do today. I already really happy about yesterday. We proved that the bike is already in a good level, despite the time that we don't have so much time to prepare for this race. But today we see what we can do. No rush, no nothing. We don't expect nothing. We just try to enjoy and try to stay in front. If it's possible, top 10 will be amazing.
Okay. Tony, for those that missed our paddock talk, why here? Why now in Arnhem?
Yeah, because I love the sand. I love this kind of tracks. Normally, when I was fit, I forgot. But still now, I mean, I prefer to ride here than in RPAC tracks. But also for the bike, it's a big challenge. This track, it's one of the toughest of the season, I think. So it's good for collect some data.
Okay, great to have you back. Thank you. Best of luck. Now, I'd really like to touch base with Monster Energy Yamaha factory MXGP rider Jago Kiertz. Jago, we know the plan was for you to come back to your home round in Lommel. It didn't go to plan in the end. I don't think you were ready. Yesterday was a tough one as well, wasn't it? How are you feeling at this stage?
Well, I'm feeling quite okay now. For sure, it's difficult to come back like at the end of the season, but I'm enjoying it and just doing my thing and trying to get better every time I go on the track.
Absolutely, and of course being a sand rider, another sand race this weekend. What are you hoping to achieve? What would you be happy with after the weekend?
I will be happy if I'm feeling good on the bike and I felt that I did a good race and the result is not that important now, but yeah, we will see how it goes.
Okay, step by step. Best of luck, Jago. Thank you. Okay, good luck there to Jago and all the guys here on the start. It's time for MXGP Race 1.
You know what? We had an absolutely cracking Ram qualifying race yesterday in MXGP. We had atmosphere, we had fantastic racing, we had the usual bit of drama here and there. And we had Tony Cairoli, the 9-time world champion, getting in on the act as well for a few laps on that Ducati 450 Desmo. Take a look at the Ram qualifying highlights, shall we? Because it was pretty decent. Glenn Coldenhoff there on the Fantic 259. Trying to get off to a good start in his home round. He tucked under the inside of Jorge Prado as a couple of riders ran up the bank. And as we came through turn 2, it was Coldenhoff who was leading the way from the Spaniard. Cairoli was in there in third on the 222. Fevro alongside him. But as we go on board here with Tiga, Tim Geiser didn't make the best start. He had some work to do. He was parked behind Calvin Valandren. As one of the riders there, Kevin Horgmo. And then he ran wide around the next lap. That allowed Herlings up the inside because Herlings also didn't make a great start either. But Herlings then all of a sudden up into 8th place. He found his way past Guadagnini and then Valandren and then Siwa in successive laps to move into 5th. Cairoli then just starting to feel the heat, just starting to wind the tongue out there if you just listened to that pretty good interview a moment ago. But Cairoli then up to 4th as Geiser got the better of Calvin Valandren, halfway point to move in a 6th position. And he went after Cairoli. At that point, we had a 5-time, 9-time and 5-time world champion in 4th, 5th and 6th. Not for long though, a couple of laps behind the champ, Tim Geiser moved into that 5th position and that's where he would stay till the checkered flag. He was hoping that Jorge Prado couldn't move into the lead. Meanwhile, Kawasaki were looking on as well, thinking, is there a possibility here for Roman Fevre to steal a victory? Because he was closing in on Prado and Coldenhoff. as this race drew to a close, and he got his moment on lap 10 of 13. The Kawasaki rider up into second, pushing the number 1 into that third place. He then went after Coldenhoff. Coldenhoff being urged on by his fans. Herlings closing in fourth place as well. And there really was a grandstand finale. This was the final half a lap. Listen to the atmosphere around this Arnhem racetrack. And Coldenhoff, when he crossed the line, it was his first pole position. It was a first race win for Fantic as well. Fevre second, Prado third. And Herlings coming home in fourth. Take a look at the standings then, shall we? Since that qualifying race, so Tim Geiser came in 17 points clear of Jorge Prado, who had 31 advantage over Herlings. We now see Geiser 15 points, so Prado gaining 2 points on the championship leader. Jeffrey Herling loses a point to the Spaniard. He's now 32 behind him, so a little bit of work to do, 37 points back. But he won't mind too much about that, will he? Of course he will. It's Jeffrey Herlings. Points, I should say. Anyway, here's how the riders line up. Glenn Coldenhoff on pole for the first time this year, and it's a first pole position for Fantic Factory Racing MXGP. Roman Fevre goes to line second ahead of Jorge Prado, Jeffrey Herlings and Tim Geiser. Then we've got Calvin Valana and Tony Cairoli. First race back in, 3 years? He goes to line 7th ahead of Guadagnini and Brent Van Donnick. On the JM Honda, his best qualifying since he came back from injury. Jeremy Seewer goes to the line in 10th. We've got Bonacorsi, Horgmo, Bogas, Muse, Gio, Jago Kietz will go to the line 16th, so that'll put him middle-ish of the grid. We've got a full lineup of riders, 39 riders going to the line. Adam Sterry will go to the line 20th, ahead of Max Spies, Jan Pansar, Petar Petrov, and Alvin Osland. Oh, I tell you what, that's a little bit of ambient music, isn't it? Just to get everybody fired up. A little bit of the chicken skin on the arms and on the back of the neck. Goosebumps to you and me. Tim Geiser, Team HRC, still holds a 15-point championship lead heading into race 1 here in Arnhem. Can he take points back from Jorge Prado? Or will he see his championship lead be reeled in by this rider right here? He's in good form at the moment, is the Spaniard Jorge Prado. 14 race wins, 8 Grand Prix victories. But Jeffrey Herlings, the one everybody wants to come and see here this weekend, the Red Bull KTM rider, missed his home Grand Prix last year. He was only 4th, and we say only in inverted commas because he knows it could have been better. Roman Fevre took a tip in time practice yesterday. You can see the after effects from that, but didn't affect him too much. Second in the Ram qualifying race. How many eyes on Glenn Coldenhoff, the Fantic Factory Racing MXGP rider, looking relaxed. He won the Ram qualifying race, his first race win of the year, Fantic's first race win in MXGP. Some people say it was only a Ram qualifying race, there's more work to do today. But you know what? Take it while you can, and I'm sure they have relished it every step of the way. But if you can get on the podium here today, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Calvin Valana will also love to be on the podium here this weekend. Tony Cairoli, a great start yesterday, 4th for the first few laps before just fading back to 7th position. Is there more in the tank for the Italian? And Jeremy Seewer picking up the final championship point in that Ram qualifying race, going to the line in 10th position. He just wants to get through this weekend because 1 week from now he heads home to Switzerland. And his home Grand Prix, of course. 30 minutes plus 2 laps. MXGP Race 1. It's round 16 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. We are at the MXGP of the Netherlands, the circuit of Arnhem. The bike's just purring on tick over there. Number 84 of Herlings. The Fly Racing 15-second board going up for the first time today. It's a very tight first corner. Very easy to get pushed out to the bank on the exit. Who will it be that grabs that on the pole shot? A slow jump there from Geiser, it appeared. But he's muscling his way through, but it's Jorge Prado who comes in as Cornelius Tondale surfs the bank, and Coldenhoff, just like he did yesterday, capitalised on Jorge Prado, running wide. The Hoff leads in Arnhem, and the roar of the fans appreciate the efforts that he's putting in here this weekend. Fantic lead again in MXGP. Valandren down, Muse down in turn one. That scuppers the chances, surely, of Valandren on a podium at home. But it's Coldenhoff who leads. Prado second, Kevin Horkmo third, Jeremy Seawer fourth, Fevre there in fifth position, then Geiser here to the outside in sixth. Herlings in around about 10th place at the moment, going through there on the inside. Geiser and Fevre bar to bar. Geiser still splitting the two Kawasaki's though, as they work their way halfway around this opening lap here. Wow, look how far Valandren's back. It was on that jump in the background, heading into turn 5. That's how much time it has cost the South African. Right, Herlings, a little bit unsteady coming out of that turn there. He's just behind Guadagnini, I think. See where he is on the track. There's the fans in that grandstand there urging him on, but it's the Hoff who leads. And you know what? That race win yesterday will settle the nerves. He's now got used to leading. He didn't just lead, he led for 13 laps and won the ramp qualifying race. Here he is, the Hoff. Jorge Prado right behind him in second, just over a second behind. Horkmo is next. Then Seawer, Geiser, Fevre, Herlings in 7th. Jumping to the inside now in that right-hander at the end of pit lane. Then you've got Geerts, Vogels and Guadagnini behind him. Bonacorsi in 14th, Pansar in 15th, Sterry, Cairoli in 17th, and Geiser finds his way past Fevre. Seaver, he moves up into 4th. And we got a new leader. Prado gets better drive down the back straight, finds his way past Coldenhoff. Prado leads. Geiser will be told every step of the way the situation ahead of him. Hoff looked good yesterday. Kevin Horkmo looking fantastic here on the ship to cycle Honda SR Blues. That Motor Blues machine. Geiser going after him though. Geiser in 5th place. We've got Seawer, Fevre, Herlings should be next into view. There he is in orange and white. Starts letting him down again. We saw what he did at Longelbo, the MXGP of Flanders. Doubles his way through that right-hand turn. Makes his way towards turn 10 here. Fevre takes a look over his shoulder. Sees the orange man behind him. Picks up the front end, dances around on the back wheel. And Fevre and Herlings, they both raced a Belgian international race on Thursday. Deep sands of Kai Oval. So 1 day recovery, straight back into MXGP. Nothing like getting gate drops, is there? Lost himself a bit of time there though. A couple of corners messed up. Got it all to do again as Fevre getting held up by his teammate Seawer. Horkmo though, still hanging on to that 3rd place as Prado sets the fastest lap on that opening lap. A 1:46.8. He is gapping Coldenhoff to the tune of about 2 seconds, but his overall lap time 1:46.8. Coldenhoff 1:50.1, 49.9 for Horkmo, 48.9 Geiser. Herlings was a 1:50 as he still struggles to get on terms with the two Kawasaki's ahead of him. Line astern, haven't seen that too much this year. Back end, misbehaving on Seawer's machine. As he just caught an edge there, went one way then the other. Had to use that upper body just to get things back into line. Regular occurrence in these kind of conditions though. Geiser down the inside of Horkmo. Takes away 3rd from the Norwegian. Bringing his A game today, Geiser. He knows he can't afford Prado to gain too much ground on him this weekend. Herlings goes to the outside this time. It's Fevre. He'll switch to the left. And then down the inside. Seewer squeezes him though. Fevre getting frustrated behind his teammate. Inside, back wheel, gets good drive, gets hung up mid-turn though. Stops his momentum. Landron only up to 37th at the moment. That gives you an indication as to how far back he was. He went down through the first couple of corners with Muse. All of a sudden, from out of nowhere, Herlings has just lit the fuse and said, right, I'm not hanging around. I've got 24 minutes to get to the front. Shows Fevre a flash of orange. Fevre goes too deep. Herlings goes by. Herlings now up in the 6th. Fevre coming back for more though, and he does. Puts the bullet back in his place, but not for much longer. Hard on the brakes. Ah, these two tearing strips off of each other. If Seewer had rear view mirrors, he'd say, you know what, keep it going, boys. I could do with a nice little gap as you two continue to duff each other up. Not letting Herlings have anything his own way, as he might not be in the fight for the championship. Roman Fevre, but still wants to make the podium. The Grand Prix winner here last year. So, back to the drawing board. Plan C now, I believe, for Jeffrey Herlings. Plan A, Plan B, both failing. Horgmo in 4th place, 2.5 seconds clear of the 2 carries. How heavy the ground is, you see when they come out of that left and just dip down. Bikes are just labouring, even these 450s. Fevre was quick through here a lap ago. As Seewer went to the outside, Fevre goes back to the inside. A little bit cleaner this time around, but still no change out of that. Seewer still hanging on to 5th. Fevre 6th. Herlings between here and turn 4 a lap ago. He gained massively on these two. Not able to on this occasion unless he can bring out some magic from the hat. Down this back straight. Jorge Prado doing what Prado does. Get up front, get your head down, get gone, don't worry about anybody else. As we said, 15 points at the top of the championship. It's going to be 20. It's going to be down to 10. You put the flag out now, because Prado in first, 25 points. Geiser in third on 20. Gained there 5 points, of course. Geiser needs to stay out of trouble. But you can see this freight train now ganging up behind Kevin Horgmo in that 4th place. Can the Norwegian withstand this pressure, this onslaught from Seewer, Fevre and Herlings? Circuit was a lot rougher in the Ram qualifying race yesterday. Right at the end of the day, 5 o'clock-ish. There was some grooming going on overnight with the circuit, and you can tell the racetrack seemingly a little bit smoother, a little bit higher speed. Not so many passing opportunities at the moment. Most riders going pretty much the same speed. But a mistake there from Seewer allows Fevre to get back alongside him once more. Stays lower, does the Frenchman. Heavy landing for Seewer, and he has to give yield. He has to give way. Fevre goes through. And Herlings comes around the outside as well. Doesn't want to stick behind Seewer. He looks across helplessly. 2 positions lost in a couple of corners for the Smurf. Fevre 5th. Herlings now 6th. Right, didn't take long, did it? Roman Fevre charging down the inside of Kevin Horgmo. He takes over 4th place. And he's got a nice bit of clear track ahead of him as well to line his sights on Tim Geiser, about 7 seconds further up the track. Herlings goes around the outside as well. Kind of sense that Horgmo not wanting to get involved in all this. So Prado leaves, Coldenhoff 2nd. Geiser 3rd, Fevre 4th, Herlings 5, Horgmo now in 6th place. Siwa 7. Meanwhile, Coldenhoff just missed the podium a year ago. After a race-long battle with Jeremy Siwa in race 2. Siwa taking the box step. Can he find his way onto the box for a historic podium for Fantic? Because we've still got this race plus race 2 to go. But when you win the qualifying race on Saturday and you're here in 2nd at the moment, things looking good for the Hoff, but he's being caught by Kaiser at the moment. Kaiser at 49.4, Coldenhoff at 50.6. The gap down to 1.4 seconds. And this has been good for Tim Geiser, Team HRC rider. 2 sand races in 3 rounds, because we were in Belgium at Lommel for the MXGP of Flanders. We went to Sweden, hardpack, and then we're back in the sand of the Netherlands. Of course, Tim Geiser, 5th and a 4th in Lommel, compared to a 1-1 of Herlings, 2-2 of Jorge Prado. Doesn't want to lose that kind of ground here today, and he's in 3rd place at the moment. He was quicker than Febvre, quicker than Herlings, but they were finding their way past Kevin Horgmo a lap ago. So we'll get a new kind of feel, if you like, when we hit the line at the end of lap 6 as to what the gap is, what the times are in real terms, now that everyone has clear circuit ahead of them. That gap being maintained at the moment between Coldenhoff and Geiser, around about 1.4-ish seconds. Yeah, trying to sneak a little line there, wasn't he? He was well within the limits, but just didn't want to go into the hole. Just went to the left on the takeoff. Got some ground to make up. There's Herlings going that in the opposite direction. So he, Febvre is about 9.7 seconds down on Geiser. Herlings another couple seconds further back. You know what? This is not turning out the way that Jeffrey Herlings planned. Here's Tony Cairoli. He's in 17th place. Obviously didn't make a great start this time around. And he's having to play catch-up. Talking to Martino Bianchi today. Of course, this Ducati still very much in its production form that they're racing at the moment. They've not even started with the factory development just yet. But Martino Bianchi, very much a part of the furniture there at Ducati, saying that they're actually running the 2025 noise level setting, so for technical control. So in 2024, for instance, it's 112 decibels plus 2 decibels of tolerance, but from 2025 it'll be down to 109 plus 2. And they went through at 108 in technical control, so they're already well in range of their sort of sound levels that they need to be to go racing next year. But compared to the 24 bikes of these guys that they're racing with, more decibels means more power. So to say that he was quick in the time practice and was running 3rd or 4th yesterday in the qualifying race before finishing in 7th place. Of course, the development still ongoing, getting important data at the highest level this weekend. Prado, 7.4 seconds clear. I was talking to Jeffrey Herlings after the first race in Sweden, and he was saying, like, you know, fast forward to Arnhem, he expects either he or Prado to win. Not sure which way round, whether it's Prado wins or I win. That's what he was kind of expecting coming into this weekend, hoping to take points away from Geiser, who was the championship leader. But at the moment, only one of those things is coming through at the moment, because Prado, as he hits the line at the end of lap 7, currently finds himself leading very comfortably over Glenn Coldenhoff to the tune of guess this, 259. But Geiser closing in, less than a second now behind the Hoff. Herlings putting in his fastest lap last time around. That's significant because it was a 148.8. That was quicker by a second over Febvre, so he's got that gap down to 2.1. But Prado was a 151.8, 51.6 for the Hoff, 50.8 of Geiser. So all of a sudden, Jeffrey Herlings finding something from somewhere with 15 minutes plus 2 laps to go. And he's going to have to dig deep as well. He's 18.5 seconds down on Jorge Prado. We saw him whittle down a 16 or 17 second gap to Prado after he went down in race 1 in Lommel. Completely different conditions now, though. He's got a few more riders ahead of him. Sensing Geiser just sitting there, biding his time at the moment. Because he's a smart rider, thinking, well, you know what, I haven't got anything for Prado today, but I should have something for Coldenhoff, who's just sitting there around about a second or so ahead of me. Wait till a little bit later on in the race, no point in pushing now. He's there, happy, circulating in third place at the moment. But while he sits there in third place and Prado continues to lead, the gap coming down another 5 points. It's going to be 10 points going into race 2 later on this afternoon if things stay as they are. Coldenhoff going wide and then dropping into the middle there on the exit of the turn. Top 3 riders over the line, 8 laps complete. Coldenhoff the quickest of the 3. 50.6 compared to a 51.5 of Prado. Herlings in the 49s, Fevre in the 49s. So those are the only 2 riders who are sub 150 at the moment. Still got a lot of work to do though. That's the gap to Fevre towards the city bridge. Herlings in the wave section. Get a split here at the just the other side of the jump. Prado 32.3 in sector 1, Coldenhoff 31.2, Geiser 31.5, Fevre 30.7, his best 30.9 for Herlings. So the Frenchman gaining a couple of tenths on the bullet. A Dutch TV commentator who's in the booth next door was saying, he was listening to Jeffrey Herlings on a radio show last night, saying he was complaining of back pain, lower back pain yesterday. He was riding on painkillers yesterday. So sure how true that is, but it did come from a local source listening to local radio yesterday, sports radio. So if that is the case, is that as a result of riding on Thursday, racing on Thursday and then coming here, or has he hit a couple of holes and got smacked up the back end, or is that a result of last week and coming into this weekend, the Dutch Grand Prix? Because of course he did smash himself up, didn't he, on the last lap of race 2, don't forget, where he ended up putting his hand in ice as a result of that crash on the final lap. Jago Kiert circulating in 8th place. Mozzarella Yamaha rider looking a lot better. I was talking to Hans Korvers, the team owner, yesterday during the one of the time practice sessions for 125 European Championship presented by FMF Racing, and he was saying when he came back, he just came back too early and he had his race settings. Of course, he's not ridden all year since Argentina, and everything felt alien. The suspension was all wrong for him, just everything. But on the Tuesday after Lommel, they went back to what they call the comfort setting, so everything a little bit softer. And he says that within a short amount of time, he was dancing around and enjoying being on the bike. And things just started to come back to him. And the race that he did on Guy Oval on Thursday in Belgium, that traditional bank holiday race, he said he was already making more changes to the suspension, going a little bit stiffer here and a little bit stiffer there. So just in the space of the last 3 or 4 weeks, Jago Kiert is gaining ground, gaining information, gaining more confidence as well. Meanwhile, Herlings closing in on Fevre, is he? Not by much, 1.5 the gap. Very quiet out track at the moment, if you're a Herlings fan. Yes, they're urging him on, but completely different if he would be leading the way. And he's not the lead Dutchman either, because that's Glenn Coldenhoff in 2nd place. Glenn Coldenhoff being overlooked on the team for the Netherlands, for the Motocross of Nations this year. Going to be Herlings, Verlanderen and De Wolf, obviously. So maybe Coldenhoff riding with a bit of a point to prove here this weekend. Verlanderen's got himself into the top 20, but he fell on the opening lap. So he's carved his way through 20 riders to get himself into the top 20. But with 10 minutes plus 2 laps to go, what can he do? How much further can he get? up the leaderboard. Because in the fight for fourth place in the championship, is only 26 points clear of Jeremy Seewer coming in to this first race today. Jeremy Seewer has just found his way into 6th. He's moved past Kevin Horgmo. Taken him a while to get there, but all of a sudden, Jeffrey Herlings, deja vu from a lot of laps ago, where he tried to go around the outside of Romain Febvre. Passed him, well, these two traded positions 3 or 4 times, didn't they? But Herlings doubles his way neatly into turn 5. Febvre never had a reply. Herlings all of a sudden up to 4th. Has he left his charge way, way too late? Back pain or no back pain. Significant move for him. Got better drive here, but at the end of the straight, Febvre decided to go wide. Herlings was all the way to the outside. Maybe he heard the engine there to the right, but Herlings just doubled his way up and then leapt round the turn. Febvre didn't expect it. Now pulling clear. Next rider on his radar is Tim Geiser, about 4.7 seconds further up the track, and he could do Prado a real favour here, because the Honda on the finish line now. Herlings will see him, and all of a sudden it's game on, because Jeffrey Herlings sets his fastest lap of the race, a 1:48.5. The only rider below the 49s, and the only other rider in the 49s is Coldenhoff. Prado 51, he's 4 seconds down on the race leader. So Herlings through the left, right, and then ahead of him, Coldenhoff and Geiser as they head down the back straight onto the next jump. Let's give you the sector times at the end of this straight. 31.9 Prado. This is sector 1. Coldenhoff 31.94, about 500ths quicker. Geiser 30.9, 30.8 Herlings. He's 10.4 seconds off the lead at the moment. So he has been chipping away. He was about 18 seconds down, wasn't it, a few laps ago? 7 minutes plus 2. It's going to be a big push, this is, if he's to get his way to the front. We have seen a different Jeffrey Herlings this year. More mature, a little bit more methodical. Less MX2, bull in a china shop. Jeff Herlings from days of old, even in the 450 category. Herlings coming into view now, look. And this is Hoff and Geiser. So we've got 2 Dutch riders, 2nd and 4th. And Geiser will know from the cheer of the fans that Herlings is closing. Can't go too wide in that corner now, boys, because it will collapse in a heap. Herlings is absolutely on a charge here. The best he can hope for here is 2nd. Maybe. Again, the only rider below 150. Closes to within 2.2 seconds. There's Geiser just round the turn ahead of him. He cuts to the inside because of a lap rider who looks across. Needs to get out of the way. Fast here. Because Herlings coming through. Hopping up onto those big rollers. As he goes in pursuit of Geiser. Geiser, all of a sudden, you know, looks like he's just tightening up here. Oh, he just folded there, look. Now he knows he's got Herlings right there. He's going to have to go a little bit defensive. That's going to let Coldenhoff off the hook for a couple of laps. Knows he can't afford to lose more points. To Prado. Yeah, watch here, look, just a look. Goes to show how deep those ruts are. If you watched us in MX2 and we showed you the GoPro lap, we talked about that part of the racetrack. Right, Adam Sterry getting lapped here, sees the leaders coming through. Herlings goes high, wide, and long off the jump as he goes after Geiser. Runs it down the inside, goes bar to bar. Geiser getting pushed back to 4th as Herlings moves ahead into 3rd place. Fans loved that. Taken a while to warm up as the diesel. watch this here. Not a lot of room to work, but just gets in there, turns, and then turns again. Again, Geiser unsuspecting. So, 52.9 Prado, 51.4, 49.1 with a pass on Geiser. He's only 5 seconds off the lead with 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go. He can't, not again, surely not. From 18 seconds down in about 5th or 6th place. There's Prado through the waves. This is very much game on. Fans rubbing their hands together. He's got Coldenhoff in his sights. And another couple seconds further up the track, Jorge Prado. It was all quiet for about 13 laps. We're on lap 14, and this place has erupted once more. The Hoff now being closed down. And there is Prado. First, second, third, all on the same part of the racetrack. And Prado, how come he is losing his advantage? He had a decent advantage over Coldenhoff. Has he just been relaxing and backing off, or is he tired, or just back markers getting in the way? He'll know next time around, though, that the Hoff and Herlings are both closing in on him. A massive wave of support for the two Dutch riders here in second and third. 3 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Gets over on the right-hand side. Uses a braking bump just to double over the top of that Monster Energy jump. That's the confidence he has in these sandy conditions. You know what? Prado is not going to win this, is he? Unless he just finds another gear. Herlings gets parked to the inside. Can't find his way through. Gets good drive. Look how he's using his legs to keep working the suspension. Keeping that rear wheel on the ground. First three separated by 2 seconds at the end of lap 14. Inside manoeuvre for the 84. Even the Hoff is probably thinking, I can win this one. There's Prado. Different line there, doesn't get the lift. Jeffrey Herlings, so that costs him as well as he hits hard into that wave. Back on track though. He's alongside Coldenhoff. Oh, how did they not touch? How did they not touch? They stay up, and Herlings goes around the outside. He takes second. He's got Prado in his sights. Geiser is going, you know what? I'm sitting here. I might be losing points. But this is going to play into Geiser's hands here if Herlings finds his way past. And it looks like it's a question of when, not if. Watch this here a moment ago. I think I'm going to watch from my good eye. Look at that. Even tighter from here. Wow. Very, very close. Lives to fight another lap. Gets good drive coming out of there. He has withstood the pressure. Nothing in it as they reach the end of lap 15. Prado, Herlings. Where has this speed come from? Back end working overtime there though. Can he go to the outside? He thinks about it. Oh, round the outside. Moves into the lead. Fans absolutely going ecstatic. Didn't even look. Just keeps his head down. Moves into the lead. He could do with the... Oh! Easy, Tiger. And again, Prado closes in on him. Realised he made a mistake. Very, very significant. Very reminiscent, sorry, of what happened in Lommel. Took the lead, didn't he? Came into the over the triple, just bobbled, tipped over to the side. Prado thought, I've got another go here. But as quick as he made that mistake, Herlings is back on the gas. And back on the gas. And he still can't afford to switch off, can he, the number one? the Hoff right there. Imagine if you get a Dutch 1-2 in this race. 2 and a bit laps to go. Back markers need to stay out of the way. Got a few looming on the horizon. Prado gets past one. Hoff goes through as well. Absolutely unreal what we've seen today. Tim Geiser in 4th place, 8.7 seconds, only 8.7 seconds actually, off the lead. Herlings moves into the penultimate lap, takes a look over the shoulder, thinking, how much gap have I got? Well, the answer is not much. Prado goes defensive, he's going to go to the outside. Hoff switches to the inside. Is he going to find a way through? Because Prado went to the outside, that's where he lost his lead a lap ago. Oh! Coldenhoff got hung up there. It's cost him some time. He's got it all to do again. Just came into that left-hander. Did he just catch a hold and then just grab the foot pegs? This will tell us. Comes in around about here, and then, yeah, there, look. Has he given all he can give? Was that a lifeline to Jorge Prado? That one little mistake there from the Hoff. Gap's going to be down to 11 points at the moment. What a comeback through the field for Herlings. Ran about 10th through the first few corners. Didn't really look like he was advancing forward. Took him a while to get past the Kawasaki's of Seawer and Fevre, even longer to find his way past the number 3. But into the final lap, it's Herlings who leads the way. And the Red Bull KTM rider has a slight advantage over Jorge Prado. The gap, 1.7 seconds exactly, so he can't afford any more mistakes. Certainly can't afford to go off track anyway. This is where it all changed. 3 laps to go. Maybe slightly more with Roman Fevre. He cut to the inside here, he doubles in, finds his way past Fevre. And that was for 4th. Then he went after Geiser for 3rd. He turned and then turned again. Nipped up the inside to move in a 2nd. Oh, that was into 3rd actually. Then Coldenhoff just almost came together with the bullet as he then went around the outside into 2nd. That was Prado just ahead of him. And then around the outside here. And then kept the momentum going. And that was where he took the lead. And they're all watching on a big screen as well. So they're not missing much. Several dotted around this racetrack here. Is it been one of those mature races? I knew it was going to be a tough race. The track was tricky. Bided my time, paced myself. Knew I had the pace, kind of replies at the end of it all. Takes a little look across. Only got 2 or 3 corners to go. Get through the end of the waves here, double your way through there. Into that sweeping right. And then up into turn 10, this right-hander. Prado will hang on for that 2nd position. That mistake from Coldenhoff probably just costing him 2 laps to go. But Jeffrey Herlings, what a performance once again. 203 race wins now for the Bullet as he hits the line to win race 1 here at Arnhem in the Netherlands. They got what they came to see. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be the adopted mom there, would you? Valentina Branu or his girlfriend, but tell you what, I bet he puts them through the mill every now and again, and the team. They're still third, look. The Coldenhoff fans still got a chance of getting their boy onto the podium. Geis across the line 4th, Febvre 5, Seawer across the line 6th. We'll wait for the rest. We'll bring you all of that as and when we have it. But for Jeffrey Herlings, in terms of his race wins, win number 11 now, just 3 behind Jorge Prado in race win numbers 2024. Borgmo over the line in 8. Bonacorsi found his way up to 7. Didn't see Bonacorsi all race, so good charging for the Italian. Andrea Bonacorsi to come home in 7th place. Found his way past Borgmo on the final lap. Borgmo coming home in 8th. Ferrato standing constant on the 9. Jago Geert, he'll be happy with the top 10, I'm sure. Calvin Villarner got his way back to 14th after his fall on the opening lap with Conrad Muse between turn 1 and 2, I think. Cairoli is in 15th place at the moment, about 1.9 behind the South African. And they are there, just across the line now. So Villarner and Cairoli, 14, 15. Let's go down to Lisa. Here she is with the bullet, quite literally.
Jeffrey Herlings, the comeback kid. Where did that speed come from? Perfect start to your home GP.
Well, don't call the start perfect, because that was the worst of the complete moto, but managed to come from around 10 to 15 back to first. It was a good moto, obviously. You know, I'm really struggling with my back. Went through it this week, not even practicing or riding, so I've been having paid for that all weekend long, but you know, we made it happen, and looking forward to Moto 2, and yeah, I just need a bit better start. That's all I'm asking for.
Best of luck for that. Thank you.
Jeffrey Herlings not been riding this week, okay, except that one race on Thursday, of course. Couple of tough motos, couple of tough races, but he came through it. Tough challenge. Not a great start, not even close. Left himself with a lot of work to do. 18 seconds down at one point. And at that point we're thinking, you know what, different type of track, it's not going to happen, can't rule it out. Well, it did. Happened again. Herlings, your winner here in race 1. Let's turn up the music, shall we? Get this party started for the next hour or so. And while they sort themselves out, go looking for a little bit of liquid refreshment, and a couple of people look for a room. Here's what happened in that first MXGP race. Jeffrey Herlings right away over on the right-hand side, gets squeezed there, look. Calvin Villarner, and goes down here, look, with Conrad Muse. As the Hoff outdid Prado for the second race in succession to take over the whole shot. Prado there second, Borgmo third. Geiser getting past Seawer to move into 4th quickly, and that was significant. Prado then didn't waste any time, finding his way past Coldenhoff as he moved into the lead. That was towards the end of lap 1. Tim Geiser got down the inside of Borgmo to move into 3rd a lap later. And then all of a sudden, Jeffrey Herlings started to close in on the 2 Kawasaki's as Febvre moved past his teammate on the inside. Herlings went around the outside. All of a sudden, these two into 5th and 6th place. When they found their way past Kevin Borgmo, they were up to 4th and 5th. And then when Jeffrey Herlings found his way past Romain Febvre, that put him up into 4th position. He went right, he faked the Frenchman to the right-hand side, then he doubled inside, and that was all it took for Herlings to move into that 4th place. That was on lap 11. And this sneaky little inside, he had a dig and then another turn as he moved past Geiser. Had a close moment as he challenged Coldenhoff. But that was all 3 riders together all of a sudden. Herlings moving into 2nd. And then around the outside here as Prado defended. Herlings through on lap 15 of 18. And when all was said and done, it was the Bullet who was victorious in race 1 from Prado and Coldenhoff. Give me the results, shall we? Jeffrey Herlings wins for the 10th time, for the 11th time this year. Jorge Prado, second. Coldenhoff, third. Geiser, fourth. Damage limitation for him helped massively by the fact that Herlings took 3 points off of the Spaniard. Fevre, Siwa, Bonacorsi, and Horgmo running out your top 8. Bonacorsi taking 7th on the final lap. Ferrato 9, Iago Kietz 10. Then we had Guadagnini, Bogas, Cornelius Tondale, Calvin Villana, and great ride through the field. A long, long way back when he got going. Cairoli picking up points for Ducati, 15th for him. Then we've got Gio, Spies, Van Donnick, Gifting, and Panzer. Championship started at 17 points between Geiser and Prado. It was down to 15 going into race 1. Down to 11 now between the top 2 with Herlings another 29 points further back. Foxhole shot was Glenn Coldenhoff. 3 now in the books for the Hoff. Boy, he's thinking, just get me out of here. I'm going to go back, get freshened up. Back to back. Foxhole shots for Glenn Coldenhoff. He got race 2 in Uddevalla a week ago. But it's Prado who has 14. Well, as these guys continue to soak up the atmosphere here, let's take a look at some of the best moments from that first MXGP race. Great shot that at the end of the best moments as Herlings took the lead with a couple of laps to go. We're going to take a break. Join us in just over an hour's time, top of the hour at 4 o'clock when we return. It'll be MX2 Race 2. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.